Hi, and welcome back to the Clara CFO Group channel. Today we're going to talk about EIDL statements. So that if you got an economic injury disaster loan, you are starting to receive statements in the mail. And I wanted to talk through those with you guys, remind you what the rules are on the EIDL, and talk through just a couple of the nuances and things that you might need to know. So if that is interesting to you, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel because this is the type of stuff I like to bring to you. And we're going to do more videos on both the PPP loan and the EIDL loan, okay? So make sure you subscribe if you have either one of those so you can stay up to date. And really, if you are a small business owner and you want financial tips and you want to figure out how to make your business more financially successful, this channel is all about that. So I would love to have you here, and please subscribe if that sounds good. All right, let's get started. So if you have checked your mail recently and you got an EIDL loan, you will probably see something from the SBA that looks a lot like a mortgage statement, or it looks like a loan payment statement. One thing that I wanted to point out to you guys is that these statements are gonna come monthly. And you'll notice right in the middle of the paper that they say, this is not a bill. And I think the intention of this statement is just to continue to remind you that you have taken out a loan. If you got an EIDL loan, it is a true loan. It is not forgivable, okay? This is often confused with the PPP. This loan is not forgivable. You do have to pay it back, and it is at a 3.75% interest rate over 30 years. I'm going to reserve my comments on that, but that is a very long time, okay? And I want you guys to remember that those are the terms. 30 years, 3.75. I believe if you are a nonprofit, it's 2.75, but most of us got that 3.75% interest rate, okay? So if you did get one of these statements, it's going to say when you have payments due. And that is going to be 1 year from when you got your loan. Okay? So in my case, I got my loan in June of 2020. So my payment due date is June 1, 2021. Okay? And it's going to tell you exactly how much you need to pay on a monthly basis. It's going to tell you what your total principal is. And it's going to basically just kind of give you, I think it's just kind of really meant to remind you every single month for the next 12 months that you owe this money. All right? But I did want to say you have the option to go ahead and start repaying if you want to. If you, let's say you took out a loan and then you realized you didn't actually want to use it, or maybe your business thrived more than you thought it would, or maybe the PPP loan was enough to carry you through and you've just had this money kind of sitting in a side bank account and maybe you're ready to go ahead and pay it back, you can go ahead and do that. And this last time that I got the statement, it did provide a payment envelope. So if you just want to write a check and send it in, you can do that. When you do that, what might happen is that you might still have a remainder of some interest that has accrued, because this is not showing, these statements are not showing any interest that has accrued during this time, because interest started right when you got the loan. So we are going to have to start paying back the loan a year after, which means that we will have a full year accrued on interest before you start making any payments. So in my case, I took a $20,000 loan, and then the interest rate is 3.75%. So if I calculate 3.75%, which is an annual rate, and I apply that to my $20,000 of outstanding principal, that would be $750 of interest that I am accruing over this coming year. Okay, so if I just let that money sit in my bank account and I don't touch it at all, and I want to go ahead and pay it back at the end of the first year, I'm going to owe $20,000 plus $750 of the interest. So then I would have to write a check for $20,750 to be able to totally clear my name from the loan and any further obligation. Okay, so that's something to consider as you are trying to make these decisions. It's not a huge amount of interest, but if you know that you don't need the money, then maybe you want to go ahead and consider a prepayment on the loan, okay? If you went ahead and started paying on these installment amounts, it's not really going to be helping you too much. These installment amounts are really planning for you to start paying on that payment date. It's going to save you a little bit of interest, but it's not going to do a whole lot for you, okay? The other thing I wanted to point out is if you get your statement, turn it over, because there's a couple different ways to pay. You can pay by check. There's also an online payment option, a couple online payment options, and then there's a payment by phone option as well. So if you just want to go ahead and get this off of your plate, off of your books, maybe you want to clean it off before the end of the year, this is how you could go ahead and do that. All right? Well, I just wanted to let you guys know, because these letters have been coming in and they kind of freak some people out. So that is the whole purpose of this statement, is to remind you that you have this money out. You will notice too that the principal amount that is shown has nothing to do with that advance you got. So if you got the EIDL advance, it's not going to show on here at all. So it's not like if you got $1,000 advance that I would take my $20,000 minus $1,000 and then start paying back on $19,000. You don't need to consider that at all. The advance is a non-issue. The advance or the grant is a non-issue when it comes to these statements. Okay? I hope that's helpful. Let me know if you have any questions about the EIDL loan in the comments below. I know you guys have a lot of questions on the EIDL, and I want to do some more research and get some more videos out for you. So if it is helpful and you know somebody else who got a loan, feel free to share this video with them, because that will help them out and it'll help me out. And give this a thumbs up if it was helpful. All right, thanks guys. Bye.